welcome to Friendship and Joy with Karen and Suzanne. I'm Karen.
And I'm Suzanne.
And today we're going to talk about our favorite things.
Yes, we are.
Mostly knitting related, but things that we have grown to love over the years and tried and tested, and some things you try and you might try them once and then never use them again, and certain things in your life just keep repeating. You just want to go back to the same thing again and again.
Absolutely.
And we will also like to say that none of this is sponsored. This is not a partnership by any means. These are only things that we buy and use and enjoy.
And make it into our favorite things. So,
exactly.
Yeah, that is absolutely not our intention. I know that's very hard to believe, and some people might go, yeah, right. No,
Yeah, right.
That is not our intention.
No. So I guess we can start to talk about a yarn that we discovered. I used it to knit my first Icelandic knitting sweater. And I love the patterns of Icelandic sweaters in general, but often I find that the wool is very coarse and rough on your skin. So I was looking for a good 100% wool, but softer. And I ended up finding it in our favorite little yarn store that we talked about in a previous episode, and it is called Cascade Yarns. It is 100% Peruvian wool. I think it's called Cascade 220.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it comes in so many beautiful colors, and it knits up a lot softer. It is grippy enough to do color work with, but it is much softer and smoother on your skin.
It is, and it's so simple to use. It's so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you crochet, whether you knit, it's super easy.
Mm-hmm.
The great thing with this yarn is that it comes in a variety of colors and shades. So we're going to show,
colors.
Yeah, we're going to show you. We actually follow these great people on YouTube. They're called Arne and Carlos. They have designed. They've designed a lot of things, but I'm currently doing one of their blankets, and it is stunning. We will include a picture later, but the color variations that you can choose from in this yarn is simply fantastic. I don't really know of any other yarn that has so many different colors and shades.
In such good quality yarn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A great tip that I use in choosing which color goes together is using the color wheel.
The color wheel?
The color wheel. So it tells you exactly which color complement one another.
Where do you find the color wheel?
So, good question.
Uh-huh.
So you can get the color wheel all over really anywhere, but what I sometimes, one of my favorite things to do is to go into a thrift store, particularly a Value Village. Sometimes I pop in there and just look for knitting books. There's a lot of knitting books that are no longer in publication.
Yes.
So I found this really great book, but you can find it on the internet. So you get this color wheel. It tells you which color complements one another.
Oh.
And which colors
don't work.
Yeah, you don't want to look for that, but you want
No.
to say what color looks good, especially with this blanket. We will show you because you use 4 colors.
Oh.
And if you're not that great, I'm not that great putting colors together. It's so easy. You look, okay, what 4 colors complements one another, and
Oh, that's a great tip. My color wheel is in here.
Yeah.
I see it before I start. I see the colors that I want to put together.
yeah, and a lot of people.
But it might
Good
not
at
be
that.
what other people like. But it is what I like.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, does this go? And
I don't know.
I know it doesn't, but what does go? So it's a good tip actually.
But that's the beauty of doing this. Just don't be afraid to try. Try different things, and if it doesn't work out,
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Yes.
People are gonna say, "Don't ever do that again."
Yeah.
No. So that is one favorite thing of ours. Another favorite thing of mine. I don't know if you like it, but I like to knit with metal knitting needles. I prefer that over bamboo. Bamboo sticks for me. A lot of people love bamboo. They swear by.
I love
yeah.
bamboo. It's my favorite. favorite.
Yeah, and I like the
material.
metal, so I like the stitches to glide a little easier.
You just like the clicking sound.
I love the clicking sound. I do have a thing for hearing things. Oh, ASMR. I like that. But I do. I feel it. I get goosebumps.
Oh my God,
But
interesting.
I also have taken a liking to knit on needles. I guess these are called like, what do you call these? Knitting on the round? But
Yes,
even
yes.
I knit back and forth on these type of needles because they're not long, they don't bump into chairs or anything like that. It's a little, for me, it's more comfortable in my hands to use these type of needles.
Yeah, I do
And
like that.
I picked up this set and years ago, and it's well used, and it is a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different sizes of needles, and they come in this type of kit, and it is by Knit Picks, and you screw these little needles onto different wires. So you can have a long one like this or shorter ones.
There's different sizes of wires too.
Yeah, of length, yes,
Oh,
but
really?
they are interchangeable. So if you're gonna do, like, say, a sweater on the round, this would be a good one. And then when you go down to do the arms, you start using, or the neck, you use a shorter wire for it. Yes, I can highly recommend. I just find that knitting on wired needles is a little less cumbersome, maybe. I like it. It depends on what you're gonna make, of course, but I've taken a liking to these type of needles.
But that's a good tip because some people might not just like the standard needles for whatever reason, maybe the
Yeah.
feel of it or whatever. So that's a good alternative.
Yeah,
Good.
so that's one of mine. Do you have another one that you like to share with us?
What I love, I have an addiction. I have many addictions.
Oh, I like addictions.
I have addictions to scissors. And I'm going to show you
yeah.
my scissor collection because what I like to do is I have this great kit. You need to have all of this organized. Well, that's what I believe in. You get this kit, and it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Where you have your scissors, let's actually start looking to see what I have.
Ooh, what do you
here
have in
today.
yours? Ooh, it's like a goodie bag.
Yeah, so
Oh, that's so pretty.
this is a showstopper. This is a beautiful crochet needle with this stunning design.
Hold it up like this so that people
Yeah.
can see. It has a beautiful carved ending, and here's the hook part. It is like a little work of art.
That's what I.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. So if you want to feel extra special
Yeah.
on a Sunday while you drink your tea and
Yeah.
you're crocheting, this is spectacular. And you have your scissors, and of course I have several different scissors, but you can never have enough. So just get a fancy pair of scissors.
This little pair of scissors Suzanne came with and gave me as a gift when you came to visit me at the cottage this summer. So this is now my favorite pair of scissors because Suzanne gave them to me. I love them, and they're so sharp.
Are they really?
Oh, they're amazing.
Oh, good.
Really nice little scissor.
Excellent.
Very pretty.
Yeah, get your bag so you're mobile. So if you want to
Yeah.
go and visit a friend or whatever.
So you
the
have
case,
everything you need, because you
Yes.
always need something.
You do, and it's so special. So don't spend a little bit of money on your bag, and this little goodie bag of scissors. And what else do I have in here?
I want to see. Do you have something?
Well, of course I have pencils. I've got my Apple Pencil. I use that when I look at my patterns and when I count or if we create patterns.
Yeah.
Highly recommend an eye pencil. Again, we're not trying to get any sponsorship. And I think that's it. Yeah, just a whole bunch of, needle. What do you call these?
Oops.
A cable needle or cable hook.
Oh, those.
rather.
Oh, yes. I was gonna actually. That was my next thing I wanted to say. You also gave me one, or maybe you told me to get one of those. When you do cable netting and you slip a couple of stitches off of your needle so that you can knit a few and then put them back to knit something later, so you get a twisted cable onto your work. One of those hooks are really good because you can basically, let's show this again.
Dig into my stash.
Well, let's dig into the thing. Where did it go? Here. This little one, usually they are like a little, you can use a double pointed needle, but this large hook, you just basically slide some stitches off to here, and then you let it hang on the back of the work while you do. You forget about it. It won't go anywhere. And then you put the stitches back and you use that.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Okay.
And another favorite little thing of mine is actually something, I have a little gift for you. I went out, I went into one of my other favorite stores that is not yarn related, but this particular little thing, every knitter needs one in their life. And open it, I'll show you. I have one too.
My goodness. Okay, this is exciting. Oh, is this from Sage?
It is from Sage, but it's nothing smelly.
It's not? Whoops.
It is something called a Relaxo ring.
What?
And mine is very well used. Shh. Hold it up and show it to see what it looks like. It is a little wired ring. When you have done a lot of work, especially crocheting or something, your fingers get kind of stiff and sore, and this is a little massage ring that you basically just put on your finger and roll. It does not feel good.
Are you
over
for
sore
real?
knuckles.
Yes.
That is my favorite thing.
I've never seen or heard
Oh,
of
they're
this.
so comfortable.
She's so clever.
Well, I do have a little bit of beginnings of arthritis in some knuckles that
Really?
achy. And this little massage, it's called a Relaxo ring, and you can pick them up for around $5 at the Sage stores. And I use it, especially when the weather gets a little cold and I get very like chilled and sore knuckle. It feels amazing.
That is fantastic.
So, yeah.
That is so kind.
You're welcome. So that was one favorite thing of mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I
I will let you all know how relaxed my fingers will be next week.
Like butter.
Okay, well, I will treasure this. Wow, what a treat. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Now, all-time favorite yarns is the Cascade yarns. They have many different type of yarn, but this is a nice 100% Peruvian wool. Beautiful colors, and yeah, we love to do a lot of things with this. It always comes in a skein like this, and if you're going to do a larger project and you need a lot of them, it might actually be helpful to invest in one of these little yarn winders. You can buy them anywhere. You can buy them in the yarn store or Amazon. You can find a lot on Amazon. This one I got at a yarn show here in Toronto called the Knitting Frolic. With it, you also need a little winder at the end here that will collect all the yarn. So I'm going to show you how I do it. It's very, very simple. First you want to find and locate the knot of where this skein is tied together. This is the beginning of the end tail of it all. You just basically untie that. Make sure you pull it through any hoops that they may have sewn it into, and until you find both pieces like this. You take preferably the outer tail, and then you go over to your little winder and you thread it through the winder like so, and then you place the tail in the two slits. Now you want to make sure you have a little bit of tension, so to hold on to your yarn, and then you start to wind until you get the perfect tension, and then it's just a matter of try to go even, and before you know it, you have a beautiful ball of yarn.
One more thing that I super enjoy, and we're all so very different, so what works for me might not work for you.
Exactly, and that's perfectly fine.
And how many times we are so opposite, but
yeah, sometimes we like the same things, but
yeah, we do. When it comes to scissors, we do. But what I like to do is when if I download a pattern or if I have a pattern on the internet, what greater way than to get your small little iPad downloaded onto that, and then you can take this with you instead of dragging a paper pattern that's gonna fall apart or that you might lose. Gotta be careful you don't lose your little iPad. Or if you're working on a bigger project that you need to watch every single row, I use my big iPad, put it on a stand, and let it be up, and then I can follow it super close, and I don't have to worry about losing my pattern, having to look for it.
It's always there
It's
at a glance.
here.
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah, they're very, those are little helpful tricks,
Right.
especially when you get into a pattern that you need to follow a little bit more closely.
I think that's it.
Oh, I'm getting hungry.
I know, me too.
I think we'll go and have some lunch.
Let's. What are you serving today?
Cauliflower crust pizza and my favorite dessert. So, come. My very favorite whipping cream. And a little raspberry. And voila. Fika time. Yum, yum, yum.
Skål.
Skål. And that's all for us today.
Thank you for watching.
Until next time,
Don't forget to press the like button and subscribe.
thumbs up,
Yay.
subscribe,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.
Så. Okay, are you ready?
Vad ska vi... Vad börjar vi nu?
Ja, skitsnygga. Okej.
Nej, vänta. Idag ska jag verkligen göra ett arbete.
Ja, se till när du är redo.
Ja. Vilken storlek ska...
No. Varför börjar inte du? Okej.
Jag kan inte det här. Det här är inte en rätt Detta är inte rätt virknål.
Det är inte min favorit.
Nu ska
Nej.
vi tala om vad som inte är våra favorit. Få hit Arne och Carlos-mönstret omedelbart.
Nej, det är din. Nej, men man. Gud, fan vad vi strular idag.
Men vad är min
Ska jag stänga
virknål?
av det här? Det här går inte.
Nej, ja gör det. Vad är min virknål som jag hade?
So, that's all we had for today. No, men... Ja. Susanna's already checked out.
I'm gone.
She's counting. Okay. Oh, good.
Where's
Okay.
my iPad?
That's all we had for today. Thank you for watching. Jag kan inte det. Du får säga något. Jag har varit blyg nu.
Jag blev blyg.
Okej. Han också. Okej, vänta.
Thanks for joining us
Vänta,
today.
jag är inte färdig än. Okej, vänta här nu.
Du är
Förlåt.
färdig.
Jag är inte färdig. All right, där satt den. Okej.